Hello, a very good evening to you and a warm welcome to the White Carpet. I'm Nia Krofi Smartabi. Many thanks for your time with us here on the White Carpet. It's my pleasure to bring you the show. Of course, it's another weekend and it's time now for us to talk about all the things that we can talk about that as much as time will permit us that is trending in the entertainment industry. But what are the top stories that have been making the round this week in entertainment? The controversy surrounding the Miss Ghana pageant doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. And of course, we'll try and delve a bit into that as well. Find out really what's happening. The first and second runner-up for Miss Ghana 2013 have also resigned. So really, what's our chances in terms of going to Miss World? Should we just close our minds or what? We'll talk about that later on the show. Also, Samini has been donating or intends to donate some solar lanterns to some people or living in deprived communities across the country. He's starting from the north where he comes from. We'll get to speak a little bit about celebrities and their social responsibility. Also, the rap executioner, we call him Obrafo, has been missing in action for a very long time, but we caught up with him this week and we'll be telling you what he's been up to so far since he's been missing in action. So we have all these and more coming up on the White Carpet. As usual, my critics will be joining me later on in the show, but I do have a celebrity passing through this evening. We'll be hanging out with him also on the show. So do stick and stay. Remember, the White Carpet is always brought to you by Airtel. Okay, so welcome back to the White Carpet, proudly brought to you by Airtel. Let me run you quickly through some events that are happening in town, some which happened earlier today and some which are yet to happen or are happening right about now in the capital. First up, there's the BAR concert, which is happening at Alliance Francaise. It features EL, the rapper, and a few of his friends. They are having a concert tonight at Alliance Francaise. So after the show, if you're somewhere close to Alliance, you could just pass through Alliance and join them. But if you're somewhere around Dansoman, then you could visit Danstadam, Samini's Danstadam. Yes, if you go there, you'll also catch up with a budding dance hall act. He goes by the name Episode. He also has an unplugged session at Danstadam this evening. But earlier today, there was a group of kids at a Montessori somewhere in Ashongmang, and they had a kind of an event that they put up. They put up some spectacle for the parents who came by and also those who just came around to visit. So let's enjoy a little bit of what the kids did, and then we'll be back with my guest.
These are 2 fingers, so okay. Yes. Star. Triangle. Doesn't matter what the situation. Make this world unfair.
Those are kids of High Grace Montessori in Ashoman. Putting up a spectacle for their parents. Goodness, it reminds me of. Okay, I don't remember what I did in nursery. I don't know if I did that, but if I did, well, all well and good. Okay, but stay with us. I'll be right back with my guests here on the white carpet. I'll be talking to someone who does R&B in Ghana. Very unusual to find such talents in Ghana, but yes, we do have some of them doing that kind of genre. So stay with us. We'll be talking to him shortly.
Swanna na 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 baby, swanna na 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 babe, swanna na 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 baby, swanna na 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 babe, swanna na 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 baby, swanna na 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 babe, swanna na 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 baby. I want you to squeeze me tight like a. When I'm with you, it feels all my problems go away. There's no issue. I wish your love forever would stay. Now I miss you. I just wanna be in your arms today. God bless you for coming into my life. I know it's been a while since I've seen your face. You got me counting on the days. I wanna see you smile, they make our grace. When you're not around, there's an empty space. I know it's been a while since I've seen your face. You got me counting on the days. I wanna see you smile, they make our grace. When you're not around, there's an empty space. Ooh, falling, falling. Oh baby, don't you hear me calling? Falling, falling. When I wake up next to you in the morning. Falling, falling. Oh baby, don't you hear me calling? Falling, falling. I want you to squeeze me tight like a swanna na 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 baby, swanna na 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 babe, swanna na 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 baby, swanna na 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 babe, swanna na 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 baby, swanna na 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 babe, swanna na 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 baby. I want you to squeeze me tight like a.
On your mark, baby, let's go. Be there on the right track, so make we just flow in the dark. That's when you glow. So when the lights come, the world go explode. From the start, you gave me your soul, so I appreciated you from get-go. In my heart is murder, she wrote, 'cause I would die for you everywhere we go. Hey. I see you falling, girl. I heard you calling, but you don't need to worry, 'cause I go see you in the morning. Yeah. I see you falling, girl. I heard you calling, but you don't need to worry. I'm so thankful for your life. I know it's been a while since I've seen your face. You got me counting on the days. I wanna see your smile, they make me crazy. When you ain't around, it's an empty space.
Brand new one from Tiffany and it's Fuse. No, it's Tiffany and Fuse. So goodness, what did I just say? Okay, maybe I want to change the arrangement of their names, you know? Yeah, but that's Tiffany and Fuse with Spanna. Yeah, I like that. Spanna, na, 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 na. But someone is here who does a lot more singing than I do, and his name is Chase. Chase, welcome to the white carpet.
What's up, my brother? How you doing?
Good, good.
Nice
oh,
one.
you have your hat on. Wait, let me get mine as well. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I brought mine.
It's
so-
hat season.
Yeah, you know, I just wanted to be in vogue, on the fashion, in line, something like that. Yeah, okay.
They
So,
fly all
yeah,
the
so now I
time.
feel we are equal. We
Yeah,
can talk.
we
We
are,
are co-equals.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right.
So let me start. Why R&B? I mean,
Well,
of all
you
the
know,
genres you could do easily.
I mean, you know, I believe in doing what I'm good at, and everything that I put my mind on to do, I try to perfect it. And I didn't see myself doing any other genre because I've always been a fan of R&B.
Okay.
And, you know, growing up, I listened to a lot of R&B, and that's just what, you know, my body transfuses, let me say that.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's me, man. That's what you hear is really me, you know. So I'm just grateful that it's caught on the way it is, because usually artists will just do what the masses want.
Exactly, what everybody wants.
And then when it catches on, then they try to change to do what they want, which doesn't always work well, you know. So I'm just glad that, you know, it's caught on, and we're here to drop the album. And man, this album.
You call the album, what's the album title? Unappreciated?
Yeah,
That's the title.
Unappreciated, yeah.
Why unappreciated? Who is not appreciating you?
Yeah, but people think it's just about me, but the thing is, you know, it's not all about me. It's about my environment. It's about, you know, I know you felt unappreciated at a point in time. Everybody does, you know. Sometimes you work and just don't get the
credit you
deserve, you know. So, you know, this album just speaks about, you know, where I was, about 3-4 years down into here.
Okay.
I wrote an album. Things I wrote an album before, but I had to scrap that album because it wasn't me. You know, because I lost my brother, R.I.P.
Sorry.
And then, you know, I just had to restructure everything, you know, to fit what I was going through, to fit the theme of the title. Everything is just beautiful, man. This album is
Which
a
is
package.
the Unappreciated album.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a package.
So you wrote it at a rather difficult time.
Yeah,
in your
you know,
life.
I just wrote it at a time where I felt like, you know, I wasn't getting the love that I should be getting because I'm a very nice guy. I mean, not facially or anything. I mean, I'm a very nice guy.
And you have fans on social media following you. So
you know.
what shows you weren't getting the love you wanted, or you required,
you
or
know,
you needed?
It's yeah, trust me, I could be getting more. So, you know, it's just, it can always be better, you know, and I feel like, you know, I really put a lot of time into the music, so sometimes I just need more love. Maybe it's a selfish side of me, I don't know, but, you know, I just put together an album that Ghana is going to be shocked because I haven't heard anything like that from here or from Africa before.
Okay.
Amanda is my witness. She's always begging me to play the songs for her.
And you didn't invite me to the listening session, so
you know,
I can't
Charlie, this
tell
thing there,
now,
I
but
shy. But you know what? What the good thing about that is, after the listening, there's been like so much, like there's so much been added to the album.
Okay.
And you know, it's still gonna feel brand new when people hear it.
But what was the feedback when you did the listening session?
Well, the questions I received was, man, you're making music like R. Kelly, and I don't understand why you're here, you know, in Ghana, and, you know, you could be the biggest thing, and why, you know, people were asking me, the media was really asking me questions like, why aren't I out there more, and all that. But, you know, sometimes it's just the timing. The music is just the timing, you know, sometimes it's all timing, you know, so I hope this is the right time for me. And this album is just incredible.
Is it
incredible
Is it
album.
a strictly R&B album?
No, it's
or we're going to get different
you're gonna get
shades
different
of
shades of chase. You know,
Okay.
there's different shades. Like Fire. Like when I did Fire, people didn't really believe that was me. They still don't believe it's me. But when the video comes out, then it will register because Lonely, Fire, Blues Man Anthem, like 3 different sides of Chase, you know, and as you know, as you dive into the album, it just keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And the last song on the album is Don't Cry When I'm Gone, and it's so deep. Like when we were coming on our way here, I was playing it, and then she wanted to tear up. I'm like, oh, chill, chill, you know. So yeah, so it's beautiful music, and I just can't wait to share it with the people. I'm actually nervous about it because I don't even know how to take it. You know, sometimes you think, you know, but I mean, it's just great, and I just don't know how to receive it. But they should look out for songs like Blow You Away, songs like Cookie, which is a reggae tune.
Okay.
Pull Me Down featuring Samini. Survivor.
Pull Me Down.
Yeah.
Why pull me down? I mean, push me up. Would be more
Well,
like
you
it.
know, like, you know, Pull Me Down is that song. Like, can I do like a line from it?
Sure. I was going to ask you to do some
Alright,
acapella at
alright.
some point, so
It
you
goes
might as well
like
do.
this. By their stripe we shall know them, for our depreciation is their focus. They never strike for their own end, struggling and scuffling. I just laugh and firebomb them. They wouldn't leave me alone. They wanna see my end from start to the road. They don't believe in my song, so all I do is watch them fall. They pulling me down, 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 but we keep on rising up. They pulling me down, down, down. Watch my enemies fall. It has like a dancehall reggae tune. I don't
But
know,
you
it's
still
just-
maintain your R&B tone around it,
Yes,
which is
like-
nice.
Yes, which is very nice because it's like going to buy a Coca-Cola and tasting a Fanta.
Yeah.
You know, it's just that doesn't fit right. So I want people. I still want to, you know, maintain what I'm known for, but you know, I dive into different genres and you know, have fun with the music. It's just beautiful.
But we see you do more of that, like try venturing into
I'm always gonna
uncharted
be,
territories. If I can
yes,
put
I'm
it
always
that way.
going to be doing that because I always want to be different. You know, I feel like if you invest time, or if you put more time into, you know, trying to create new sounds, it just lasts in the system forever. Like songs that we're here talking about, Fire. I released Fire 2 years ago, but it's still in the system. Lonely is still in the system, and it's 2 years
But
old.
is Lonely on the Unappreciated album?
Yes, Lonely
because
is on the...
it's been now like forever.
Exactly. That tells you I've been working on the album for time.
So how long did it take you to finish this album?
You know, it's been like that. It's been, I start working on it, I go back to it. I don't rush some of the songs. So it's been like, some of the songs are as old as 4 years ago.
Okay.
You know, so songs like Into You, which talks about a girl that, you know, everybody talks about being, I don't want to use that word.
Musicians saying your girls.
Yeah, everybody talks about this girl like she's a prostitute.
Okay.
But I go on to tell her that, you know, I've heard all that, but I
still
still want to try
by your taste
and see because I am a taste. You know what I'm saying? So this album is just incredible. It's just got everything on there. And the features are super. You know, Samini came through for me. Like, on the Pull Me Down, Samini sounded so good. Like, man.
So how many
crazy.
artists in all do you feature on this one?
About 4 artists. Samini, Edem, J-Town, Mugies, and Treasure. A friend of mine, brother of mine actually, you know, is coming up for my camp. Yeah, it's crazy. So, I mean, the music is just beautiful, man. And I know you guys will love it. The people who really appreciate me will love the music because it's
I am actually waiting for the album to drop. When is it?
It's dropping.
You were supposed to have released it in June.
Yes, I was supposed to have released it a long time ago.
And then you brought it to June.
But
and then
you know, I'm like
pushing it
90% involved in everything, like the planning of everything, because I don't want no excuses. Because, you know, there's a time where people just give me excuses. Oh, this couldn't be done. This couldn't be done. And man, I just needed this album to come out because I feel like this is the break. You know what I'm saying? This is the break. So I just needed the album to come out. I wasn't ready for no excuses. So I really like took, you know, a lot of time. I put in a lot of effort to get the album out.
So you're ready now? 100%.
It's ready. So next week, Saturday, by this time you'll be ironing your stuff, you know, getting ready to come to Club 45.
Okay.
Yeah, anytime from 10 p.m. There's only 20 Ghana CDs, you know, so I mean, you guys buy all the credit for your girls and, you know, to invest in some sweet music, bring your chick, you know, come see Chase. I perform all the songs off the album that night. Okay. And there's so many other performances by my friends.
How many tracks are those?
It's about 16.
So you'll be on stage for what, like 3-4 hours?
Yeah, but I'm gonna like skim through tracks that drag, because most of the tracks are like a song like Soul for Gold. I can't play the whole thing in the club because it's very sad, you know. So yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So this album is packed, man, and you know, trust me, if you buy it, you're not wasting your money at all.
So we'll take Chase to his word. He says if you buy this new album Unappreciated, it won't be a waste of money. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Next week is just what, 5, 6, 7 days away.
Days away, yeah.
So we'll wait for the album to drop, and then we can all get our copies and we'll sample, and then of course we'll give him feedback. 0267-844-024 is the WhatsApp number. So send your messages in, and then if you have listened to it probably already, I know a track like Lonely, most of you are used to it. So if you know Lonely, I'll play it in a little while. If you know Lonely, just let me know what you think about that, because you're going to get stuff like that plus more, plus or minus.
Yeah. Plus more, I mean.
No, I mean in terms of composition and arrangements.
Yeah, I mean all the songs are like storytelling songs. Like you'd want to find out what's happening, you know. Songs that talk about like crazy love. Like I talk about a girl that I said she drive me crazy. But she don't own no car, she don't own a Mercedes, own no Aston Martin. So it's just, you know, like, it's storytelling. And it's beautiful, the songwriting in that. And even the intro of the album is what's going to blow your mind. Like, everybody I play for is like, how did you think about that?
So you wrote all the 16 songs?
Yes. I write songs for people. I charge people. If I'm not writing my own song, that's not good.
Okay, so you write my very first song.
No problem.
Okay, so here we have a gentleman's agreement.
Yeah, I got you. Let's
Okay,
shake.
so
we shake on that.
Yeah, we're shaking on
Yeah,
that. So Chase
alright.
will write my very first single, and
I
we'll
got
see.
you.
Sure, Chase, it's been great having you on the white
Thank you,
carpet.
bro. Thank you.
I've been hanging out with Chase. His album Unappreciated comes out next week Saturday, and he'll be launching at Club 45.
Yeah.
So if you're
Near Nyaho Clinic.
Nyaho Clinic, okay. So if you're around the airport area, after the show. After watching the white carpet, you can pass through. Because it starts after 10, right?
Yeah, like 10. No, by 10. Don't say
Okay,
after 10.
he starts at
We
10.
need to pack up the club. We need to make some money.
Okay, so he starts at 10. We end at around 9:45.
Yeah.
You can use 15 minutes to get to Club
Definitely,
45, and then you join Chase.
Come join
Okay,
me, back to back.
all right.
Beautiful music.
We'll
and
be there.
I'm letting go, man. I just want to have fun. Yeah. I've been working too hard on the album. I really want to have fun Saturday.
Okay,
So, all the girls come out, man. Let's have fun.
all righty.
Yeah.
Thanks,
all right.
Elliot.
All
Thanks a
right.
lot. Okay, so I'll be right back shortly with my critics. I'll be discussing some of the issues that never seem to go away in the world of entertainment.
I don't speak, we don't speak, thoughts saturated our brains. Actions speak louder than words, you don't need a microphone to tell me you get lonely too, 'cause you're not all alone. Lonely, I get lonely. Lonely, I get lonely. Lonely, I get lonely. Lonely, oh, I get lonely. Just like you keep telling me you love me. You keep telling me you hate me. I've come to realize that you don't know what you want. You wanna come back to my arms, but all you do is off skin front. You magnify my imperfection, telling me I'll never be right. And if I'm in the wrong direction, tell me, baby, I'll go right. Actions speak louder than words, so you don't need a microphone to tell me you get lonely too, 'cause baby, you're not alone. Lonely, I get lonely. Lonely, I get lonely. Lonely, I get.
Yeah, it's Joy News on Multi TV. Keep watching the white carpet. Boy, a chick, Samini here.
Okay, you're still on the white carpet. You're on Joy News on Multi TV, and of course, it's probably brought to you by Airtel, who are giving you the opportunity to talk Shao Ankasa. So if somebody just did something and you really wish you could tell the person how you felt about what he did, but you're worried about your airtime. I mean, once you're on Airtel, you really don't have to worry anymore. You could just call the person, tell him everything you want to say, or tell her off, or whatever you want to say, or whatever you have to say to that person. Just go ahead, call the person. And if it's that friend of yours who bugged and dropped recently, and you haven't seen him in a long while, or you haven't seen her in a long while, you want to catch up on all the filler, of course, Airtel gives you 5 times Airtel gives you the opportunity to talk 5 times more than the airtime you bought. So you get 5 times the value you got. That's, of course, once you've met your daily target. So if you have any questions or you need more clarification, just call 141 and you get all the information you need. And, well, thank you very much. Oh, what's the name? Selassie Daniel. He thinks my hat is kind of cool, so he likes it. Thank you very much. Oh, guys, do you think my hat is kind of cool?
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Kind of cool.
Not too cool, kind
Hey.
of cool.
Oh, guys.
What do you think?
Nana, is it kind of cool or it is cool?
If you put a feather in there, you'll be complete.
Yeah, I forgot. I should have.
Like
should have
Chase's
found it.
one?
Yeah. I didn't even know that he will put a feather in his. I would have done same before we sat
You
here.
missed
Yeah.
out on the joke.
Yeah.
Now you say a feather in your
A
cup.
feather in
You
your
see?
cup. Hey, trouble.
Charlie.
Yeah,
Okay.
man.
Okay, so now we'll start off our conversation with the never dying Miss Ghana controversy. I know, yes, it never seems to go away. We've been trying on our end at the TV side to get some answers. I'm glad today you got some answers. What are they saying now? They are going to get some Miss Ghana somehow for Miss World.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're saying, that Miss World would come on this year, and there's a need for Ghana to represent. Unfortunately, there's no Miss Ghana as we speak.
Yeah.
Both Ransap have abdicated, as well as the
Queen herself.
Queen herself. You know, so it's become a bit difficult for them to get a replacement. But according to them, they have a pool of other people from which they set a committee to look at and then choose a very credible or very worthy, you know, ambassador.
So would there be a mini pageant kind of thing for them?
Well, I mean, I from the conversation we had today, it didn't look like there'll be a mini pageant. It looked like they'll just go through what they have and make an appointment, make a choice of who, based on the criteria they set for the committee, most deserve to. What we collectively suggested to them is that, I mean, there's no harm in avoiding, you know, going to Miss World this year. Just postpone it.
It once or twice before.
Yeah, I'm sure we've missed it before.
Yeah.
You know, and
no, the
so
event itself actually, Miss Ghana itself.
yeah.
So we
couldn't have a representation to Miss World. So I mean, it's not a big deal from where we were sitting to not go this year. But they said, well, they'll think about it and see if it is something. But I don't think it will. I mean, if you read the body language, you realize that it was just okay. It was just to BS you and then make you a bit happy and so. But the point is that as we speak now, we don't have a Miss Ghana. There will be Miss Ghana again this year, according to them, sometime in November maybe, to choose the 2014 Miss Ghana. But for 2013, we do not have one. And up until now, we don't still know exactly, you know, the exact things the young lady,
the tallest,
you know, was supposed to have done.
Because the stories keep coming in thick and fast.
Yeah, there's so many, you know, there's a tall list of things. They mentioned some, but not all. Exactly what clause did the lady breach, for which reason she was stripped of it, we haven't been told, because according to Ina, she doesn't want to go into all that. The public would have loved to, as I said, it is their event, but the public would like to know what, because for it to be credible, you need to give a reason why, you know, such things happen.
True.
So
and
people
accept
she
represents the whole of Ghana.
She does represent the whole. I mean, look at what Shooter went to do. It sort of sold us some name out there. Unfortunately, the aeroplane team, perhaps money in aeroplane team would have reduced some of that, but that's for another discussion. You know, so
of course.
So the public would be interested in knowing, and I think they need to put their house in order, because it is now in total shambles. As I told Ina today, there must be a reason why all three people
just leave.
Okay, so if there's no problem with you yourself, and you don't look at yourself and say that maybe I didn't do something right, that's why all these people are. If it's just one, you could forgive. But for the Queen, the first runner-up, the second runner-up, and all the other people at the base also, we can't find them. That's a major crisis.
Meanwhile, this is supposed to be the pageant of every girl's dream, because she becomes Ghana's...
For me, Miss Ghana is... I mean, forget about Miss Malaika, Miss this, Miss that. For me, Francis Zoku,
your favorite
Miss Ghana is...
Hit it for me, apogee.
Is
the ultimate. What's an anticlimax?
No, we're learning new words every day, so
ultimate
let's
is easy
give us a new
compared to apogee. Come on, ultimate.
No,
come
but
on.
yeah, use apogee.
Ultimate is like a horse and a donkey.
It's the ultimate beauty contest, and it has to be done right.
Yeah.
For now, I don't think we have. I don't think we have.
Ghana's most prestigious pageant.
You know, and I'm happy that Nkrumah spoke about it, you know, because his main man started it.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything Nkrumah touches, I think, has something called longevity attached to it. And most of the projects he undertook, you can see them, you know, even after so many years, the remnants are there, but they're even still more quality than some of the present things some of our, you know, people are doing these days. So that tells you it's a very prestigious brand, you know, and having the name attached to any company, whether it's Media Waste Kits or Sparrow's Production or in this case
Exclusive events,
it definitely has some level of respect around it. So for these things to come out at this time, you should have seen the lady in the studio. Uncle Francis tell him, the lady, you could just tell, you know, she wasn't the same lady we saw coming the first time. When she had this aura around her, you know, you could just smell her from afar that this is a beauty queen. Today, a bit of a shadow of herself, you know, and even the headgear she was wearing. And you know, she and I have a little history, you know, because I actually attacked her beauty queen one point when they were just next door, and she didn't go down too well. So today I was trying to, because she came in saying, you again. And I didn't want to add more, what's the word, salt to her injury. So I kind of was a bit I was objective, but in a very nice way, you know. So was Uncle Francis, you know, because you could just see she was already beaten up, and there was no need just thrashing her, you know, furthermore. So we tried to just let her tell us what the real reasons were. But you notice she wasn't really willing to give out that kind of information, and it was quite sad. Unfortunately, a certain gentleman also called in who made matters worse, and the issues of her mother also being a director, you know, having allegedly attacked, you know, the beauty queen. All these things, it didn't really go down too well with, you know, her in the studio. So it was quite sad. However, moving forward, I think Uncle Francis has said it. We all were hoping they could just let this year slip by, so they do an introspective, you know, thing about themselves, and then find out what really went wrong, what they can do better. You don't want to falter them too much, except for the fact that 3 beauty queens have abdicated. Otherwise, there's been controversies in the past years. Even in her time, when she was a beauty queen, I think in 2008, she had issues with Sparrow's Production about her awards. And she also said today that for 3 months, she literally took care of herself, and then even took herself to Miss World. So juxtapose that with what is happening now. You see, at least she tried, she helped the beauty queens, she raised funds, she's taking 1 to 3rd, and then at least these ones have some things, except for a few issues, you know. So I don't want to beat her too much. I think she maybe has done well, but probably attitude issues, you know, is what is pulling the brand down. So I think it will sail through. I think so. I think so. I think so.
So there's still something in the soup that has dissolved already that we are still trying to taste and say that, okay, maybe it's Kobe or Momoni or something like that.
But we don't know exactly.
We don't know exactly.
Yeah, we don't know if
But it's a
Kobe.
fish.
It's a fish.
It's definitely a fish.
It's definitely the fish.
It's not a mackerel. You know, the mackerel with...
If it tastes like fish, it must definitely be fish. But what fish?
What kind of fish?
There are so many.
Yes, there's a mark fish from South Africa.
Yeah, that's mad fish. There's mad fish too.
Oh,
There's mad
a
fish,
mad
yeah.
fish.
A former rapper who we don't know where he's passed.
Oh yes, the former rapper mad fish. That's true, man. Yeah.
So, because I've been thinking, I'm wondering if they'll do the Miss Ghana 2014 earlier. Miss World is, I think, in December. Couldn't she represent us, or maybe just forget about it entirely?
Well, that's what we suggested. That okay, forget about it entirely. I mean, because you would have just done the Miss Ghana a month before. There will not be enough preparation, grooming, you know, and all that for the person to go. Because look, Miss World is
not a joke.
It's not a joke. Yeah. It's not a child's play. It's not a catwalk, you know, just for you to go and display.
Like Miss Universe, that's the one that looks for the models.
That looks for models. But I mean, all
Trump,
those global ones, they're not
huge.
easy. They're huge. I mean, remember when they did a Miss Universe Ghana? It's a big thing.
And the price is even a Jaguar. I mean, that tells you the level of sophistication.
Huge. So you do not go unprepared. You have to have a little bit of time to prepare. So we're just suggesting that if it is possible. But then again, you also have for them to look at themselves and all looked at all the issues, all the elements that would give a very good, let them arrive at a very good decision, whether it is in their interest to go to Miss World this year or not.
Okay.
It's their event, so they ought to decide. Yeah.
Well, we'll leave it for them to. We hope they do take the advice, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's what we can say is that a whale is. It's not like Miss Josephina Befi is coming back. She's as good as gone.
Yeah.
one thing for Shizzle.
For that one, we know what fish it is.
When we are writing about her sometime in the future, we'll say what former Miss Ghana or one-time Miss Ghana or.
That's a very good question. That's a very
whichever
good
semantic
question.
you think will fit, because she was Miss Ghana.
Yeah,
she was Miss Ghana. She was Miss Ghana for 12 months.
Exactly.
Because it happened in June.
So a year.
So 12 years.
Yeah.
Sorry,
so
12 months.
Yeah. That's a year.
That's a year.
And usually, for a year,
you see, if they had held it in July,
then
she probably would have handed over before now.
Exactly.
But they didn't. So it's still 12 months. So she's still former Miss Ghana as it is now.
Okay.
I'm sure they will scrap her name off the books.
Yeah.
But
she's made history.
She's made history.
She's made history. You know,
and
if she had stayed, it would just be another Miss Ghana.
Yeah,
but this
came and went.
Oh man.
The one time Miss Ghana who didn't
finish.
Yeah, who didn't finish.
Sounds like a certain king something in the United Kingdom. Never mind. Please carry on.
Okay, celebrities. When it comes to celebrities and social responsibility, I wouldn't even say corporate social responsibility because they are not corporate entities. I like to call it celebrity social responsibility. Can we really trust
CSR?
them? CSR. Can we really trust them? I'm asking this because, you know, just this week, Samini started another the solar project. He'd spoken about starting an NGO sometime, but this week he started a solar one as well, adding up to the NGO he intends to establish. But Ghana, celebrities or stars? Is that what
no, this man will not.
That's why I want to find out the word he wants to use, then I'll use that one for him.
Okay. Our popular people.
Okay. So our celebrities or popular people, when they start projects, it looks a bit shaky. It doesn't seem to float through the years. You know, somewhere along the line drops or they go off, you don't hear of them, and then they pop up once in a while. So should we really take them serious when they say they're doing these things?
Well, I mean, I think it needs to be taken on.
Excuse me, sir. You see, he used the two well, and then
I mean, yeah.
I was right.
No, you are
Carry on, sir.
I think it needs to be taken on its merits. And by that I mean a case by case basis. Okay, we can't lump all together and say that they are not serious. Of course, there's a history of some of them who have started something and it didn't go to the full extent of what they intended it to be. What I can say is that perhaps a reason could be because there's not enough thinking through what exactly they want to do and how far-reaching they want it to go. Secondly, there's no proper strategy perhaps behind what they want to do. So the guy wakes up and he thinks that he should do something and he just goes to do it. You know, without any proper strategy or proper thinking to go through it. If you do it like that, it won't last. It's just something that came to your mind. I mean, just something hits you, let me do it. But usually if you get an idea, you need to sit down and think about it. I mean, discuss with people. And let people who know these things help you to draft something that would look at it in the foreseeable, last in the foreseeable future. So perhaps, and I think so too. I mean, even apart from the CSR projects, there are some brands that they spun off their images which haven't lasted a long time because the thinking through wasn't done well. Other times also not because of the thinking through, but because whoever they assigned a responsibility to didn't manage it properly on their behalf. And a typical example is Step Up.
Step Up.
For example, you know, which was
so much force and
an amazing project, but it wasn't managed properly.
He lost so much money,
and he lost so much money, and before long, it's gone down.
I think
all
I
the
even
money
forgot
pumped
about it
into
before the year it started ended.
went under.
Yeah.
So there must be that conscientious effort to make something credible. Say maybe, how many years do I want this thing to last? Is it 1 year? Is it 2 years? Is it 3 years? And if you don't do that, you just start and it will collapse. Because without proper planning, you're going to fail eventually. So it's an advice to the
popular people,
celebrities.
He used the word celebrities.
You see, and then he bothered himself to put it in inverted commas.
They were not watching me.
Oh dear.
Oh, I wasn't on TV.
Oh,
okay, so
that's why we are running commentary. So don't worry. If you didn't see me, he was trying to put it in
that's what it is.
us.
But point is that we must commend them that at least they think about something to do. The only thing you cannot fault them on thinking to help society. The only thing you can fault them on is the fact that perhaps they didn't get it right in terms of crafting the idea and put it into something in a shape that would last forever.
But Nana, in Samini's case, is he biting more than he can chew?
No.
Because he's talked about doing starting an NGO. He hasn't really started. Then he starts this one, light a million lives. He calls it. Giving solar-powered lamps to people in deprived communities.
Yeah.
Is it biting more than you can chew?
No, it's all about resources and how you manage it. Samini, as you're aware, has the backing of his major sponsor, which is MTN, and everywhere he goes, MTN follows. That also gives him a certain clout that also can attract other sponsorship because, of course, like he mentioned, spin-offs and all that. Other companies, before they come on to join your brand, will look at what you already have. So you realize there are certain people who have so many, sponsors and all that. And if you see things like their letterheads, you see the partners they have, that's because of the clout or the kind of power or celebrity status they have. And Samini is one of those people. Also, example is there. Look at the club he's built. That tells you he's a very entrepreneurial person, and of course, whatever he puts his hands or his mind to, he can do it. Most of these things, he doesn't necessarily have to do it with his own resources or funds. No, he can go about, and there are lots of philanthropists. That's philanthropy or philanthropist?
Philanthropist.
Oh, so thank you about that. There are lots of them around who have lots of money and do not know what to do with it. So it depends on how you approach these people, the kind of proposals you give to them, and of course they can support it. And also the projects he's undertaking are not so ambitious. For instance, the solar project, he's not the one going to do it. There's a company already in existence, and then he's just giving them designs and things like that. So it's a partnership. So of course he can. But also to add up, do our people really have the star power to push these CSRs? Unfortunately, no. The star power here is not so great. One, how many of our artists even have a 10-year success in music, for instance? They oftentimes die out. So if you take a project at a point when you're even struggling to get a hit, the last thing you want on your mind is another headache and having to pump in so much money. And there are terrible stories out there also. There's a Mary J. Blige. She lost a lot of money because of her charity. Because year in, year out, she has to provide for the charity from her own resource, not from sponsors. So imagine having to pay tax, support this. So at a point, she had to just abandon it. Lance Armstrong, you remember, the cyclist, had his own charity. When his issue came, the charity actually drove him out of his own charity. These are some, horrible ones. But there have been good ones also. I'm sure you remember Bob Geldof. That's the name, right? Bob Geldof.
He was in Ghana, I think, this week or so to meet with the president.
Bob Geldof was in town?
Yeah.
Bob Geldof was here.
Are you serious? Where were we?
I have no idea. And even I'm
Are you
told,
sure?
Gifty tells me at the presidency at the Flagstaff it was just a photo op for the press. They
Bob
went
Geldof
allowed
was
to
in
talk
town,
to
yeah.
How come we did not hear?
I don't know if, I think he was probably passing through or something. I'm not
Was
too
it
sure.
Bob Geldof?
Yes, I'm asking. Wasn't Bob Geldof or some Bob and then Gel?
Or his doppelganger.
And yeah, I'm serious. I'm shocked. If he was here, big deal. I mean, that guy is something else.
No, I mean, sometimes we're not able to utilize the star power of some of this. But I mean, I was surprised that a particular brand brought in Richard Bona to Ghana, and we didn't hear until the guy was about to go. I mean,
or Jeffrey Daniels, the guy who taught Michael Jackson how to do the break dance or the moonwalk, and he came to Reggie Rock Stones, and nobody made any noise about him. But back to Bob Geldof. He's on record to have, at one sitting, had a television viewing of 1 billion people, and they raised 60 million in one night for charity in Somalia. And he's not even black. But look at what he did. Together with his other friend, Bono.
Yeah, you too.
You equally solid guys. And all these people are using that particular star power to raise funds to help a lot of, you know, things in our continent.
Look at this guy.
Haiti, the guy from Haiti.
Yeah,
Wyclef
Jean. And then Michael Clayton guy.
Which one?
The actor.
Jimmy Jean-Louis.
No, the one who helps Sudan, the Sudanese, you know, raise funds, you know.
The name is
I'm playing a movie
yeah.
Michael Clayton. Forgotten
Yeah,
his name.
yeah.
The name will come somewhere.
Yeah, the name will come. Yeah.
Jimon?
No, not
Also
Jimon.
no.
Jimon, sorry. No,
The name will come somewhere along the line.
So
Forgive us.
look at all these, you know. And then our locals also, you can mention Ochame Kwame. Solid guy, even doing hepatitis B now, you know, and trying to organize a bunch of lovely ladies to wash your car. I mean, come on, what else, you know? I don't know. I have my ties. These are Yokohama ties.
Car.
But this is what?
Okay, I don't think the spelling for this tie and the tie.
Oh, what did you pronounce, Chief? What did you call it?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, goodness. Never mind. Chief, you like to finish with me?
no, this is not time. This is
I wasn't talking
it's
to. I was talking. I was talking.
It's thigh.
Thank you.
Since when did you become smart? I'm sorry,
and the
smart
other,
Abby.
and the other is tire.
Zero. Tire.
And Nigerians will say tire.
I was talking to smart. Since when did you become smart? Abby, smart Abby.
Okay, let's take a break at this point. We'll be right back to talk about our last issue. Obrafa is coming back somewhat somehow. He has a single with Samini. We'll talk about it when we return.
This is Funny Face, and you are watching Joy News on Multi TV, the white carpet. Your life will never be the same. Walk on the carpet, and you will see what carpet and carpet. You will see there is a white carpet which will brighten your life, not your yellow, not your green carpet.
Welcome back. That was Funny Face. Okay, but let me take a few of your comments and then we'll jump into a raffle quickly. This one, okay, you didn't add your name, but you say you love Chase very much. Thank you. Chase, can't wait to listen to you and Samini. That's from Kojo Duncan. Okay, unfortunately, Chase is left, but I'm sure he's probably following the show, wherever he is. Gilbert says, I'm enjoying your show, but Smart, please take off your hat. Big ups, Chase. Gilbert, the hat, some people like it too. Okay, let me go to, if there are many people who like it, I'll leave it. If he's the only one who doesn't like it, I'll still leave it. So let me see. Why do you say we don't appreciate your song? The whole Ghana, the greatest Chase. Okay, that's Western from Koforidia. Yours is to Chase. Oh, okay, no, he said he was going through a phase, and at that time he felt he wasn't being appreciated. So, hi, I'm Akosia Yvonne. Please, why isn't it that the organizers of this pageant always have controversy surrounding the show? They have to step up their game, okay?
Step up. Last time somebody step up. He stepped down.
Big ups to Chase for maintaining his stand. Very soon he will be appreciated. That's from Richard Opong Adomako. Okay, the ones for us is up. So let's talk and then we'll get there. Yes, Obrafo, the last time he came out was 2000. Okay, that was 4 years ago, I think. With the one that had the Asembeba Devi with the Guru Kasiebo. That's that track, but the album was Asembeba Devi. And you remember last year he said he was going off secular music because he was going to fight for his salvation and that of others. And now he says he's doing a collab with Samini, and the song is titled Vamijo, in Ewa, which means come let's go. So I'm wondering, is this secular, is this gospel? I'm not too sure which one this will be.
Oops. Well.
Oops.
Okay.
No, I mean, it's difficult to say until you listen to the song. That's why it's been because until you listen to the song and decide, you know, how the lyrics, you know, is going, then it will be difficult to know exactly if it is gospel or secular. But
does it really matter? Obrafo, we all know him. So whether gospel or secular.
Well, but because he made a particular statement.
Exactly. So we want to hold him
a particular statement and said that, well, he was going off what we have known him for about 15 years, more. Then you want to hear the next one that comes and decide whether he's living according to his word or not. I mean, that doesn't take away the fact that he's one of our best, musicians ever. And whichever form he decides to go, I think he'll still have people who would want to, listen to his music. He's not as influential now as he used to be. For me, the best rapper we've ever had since we started this whole hip-hop
maybe when
business.
he comes back, he may become influential again.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Depends on the quality of the song you come back with.
And
some people have stayed, relevant for a long time. Some, they go up and they come down. Some go and come down and then come up again. So we would know how Obrafo would do. I mean, his last album brought him up a little bit more because of the controversial nature of it, if you recall. And we don't know how this one will. I think we need to wait to hear how the song goes, and then we'll know whether it's a song that will put him back up there, or it's an album, right?
Well, it's just about a single.
A single.
So we don't.
So we'll know
we
when
don't
it
know
comes,
whether it will be a full album, whether it's often a full album or it's just still a single. But with Samini, he's collaborating with Samini on this. What would you expect?
Two powerhouses.
Knowing that,
two powerhouses. I mean, Samini, one of those people who doesn't go wrong, and he put up one display when everybody thought, oh, there was a new kid on the block to kick his butt. And Francis wrote something very interesting, and then attracted a few. But Francis is one of those people who never shies away from controversy. Somebody met him this afternoon and said, you actually had the cojones to come into our building after you had dissected us? And he smiled. He said, that's the annoying part about this individual. Amanda met him here. Amanda told Chase. He does it with a smile. I mean, sarcasm, And yes, so Samini, I think anything he touches for now tends to gold. And Obrafo, also evergreen, a legend, all he needs to do is just do something. And then maybe out of 10, you can get 2 or so getting their attention. So I wish him well. I think he's a legend, a living legend, and he's done very, very well for himself.
All right. Hey, your messages are still flooding. Okay. Chase, I'm going to get the song. That's from Darius.
God bless you. We're buying no Bluetooth.
Yes, so no Bluetooth. Love you, Chase. Hey, why is Chase has taken over all our messages?
Well.
That's from Jerry Jones. Mrs. Obia Osaya Kotoikins. Oh, just was she was celebrating her first anniversary last week. The one who was wishing her husband.
Big up.
And she says, wow, you look different in your hat.
So it's first anniversary plus 1 week.
Yeah, plus 1 week.
And counting. Stay married.
And many more to come.
Exactly. She says, you look different in your hat. Very nice on you. Okay. Thank you. Exactly.
Two against one.
Against one, yes. So I'm keeping it, Gilbert. I love watching you guys, especially in Anna Texan, disappointed Rastaman.
Yeah.
I didn't say it. It's in the message. I can show it to you.
Former Rastaman. Former Miss Ghana.
God be with you all. Thanks. I like Francis's outfit. Really cool. That's a greeting from my favorite. Greetings to my favorite Rasta, Nana from Eden Morgan in Yendi. Chase is the Rasta at heart. Chase is the best musician in Ghana. Wow, you
go
guys.
ask Kevin Prince Boateng.
Oh, Junior Gogo.
Where is Junior Gogo now?
Oh, please.
What on Zoom?
Wow, you guys are looking.
Oh, you didn't get it.
What on Kwam?
This is from Sylvia Abna. She says, well, you guys are looking always on top of issues, educating the public. Keep it up. And then, okay.
Is it education or entertainment?
Hi, please tell Chase I love his music. It's tilapia. Oh, okay. I think he's referring to the fish we can't taste. the fish that we are tasting, but can't tell.
Oh,
what
it's
it is.
tilapia.
He says
Okay,
it's tilapia.
yeah. I like me tilapia.
Okay, so we have a surprise for you from Ifwa White Carpet. That's not her real name, but Ifwa White Carpet was outdoored on Friday. Oh, what was it? Outdoored or Christian on something? One of them. Francis,
Yeah,
which was it?
Outdoored.
Outdoored, yeah.
She was outdoor.
She was named.
She was named.
naming
Christ.
ceremony.
Okay.
Christian.
So she was named. She was named
Now look up her
Georgette
license.
Oseredu, not Ifwa
don't
White
know
Carpet.
the
So please don't call her Ifwa White Carpet. I'm the only one with a license to call her Ifwa White Carpet. But apart from me, nobody. Okay, maybe I'll give them the chance also to call her
Yeah,
Ifwa
she was
White
conceived.
Carpet. Exactly.
On the white
carpet.
But she
So we
was,
can
but she
call
was
her
not
Ifwa
born
White
on the
Carpet.
white carpet.
No, she wasn't born on the white carpet.
Okay, so David, we have that video ready of Ifwa White Carpet's naming ceremony. Let's take that one, and then we'll read a few messages we have, and then we'll. You see the video? He was shouting at me that we should do it quickly and play Ifwa White Carpet.
He's not
now,
ready.
that
White
I'm
carpet
saying-
is on.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, white carpet. Oh, isn't that cute?
You see? That's right. Then we are going to use the water. She was told. We'll be up there though.
So that's Ifwa White. Hey, Georgette, sorry. That's Georgette. What? Georgette Sewa. What?
Ifwa.
Don't you just...
Amwenima.
This is
Okay,
peaceful.
that's her name, I'm told. Okay,
wish-
so we only have the right to call her Ifwa White Carpet. Before I go, though, I think Samini is really taking a good step by providing solar lamps to the deprived society. You didn't add your name. This one from Moses Abibio Kwanza and Chifuprasi. You say on celebrity social responsibility, I think it's a step in the right direction because it's the society which helped them to attain that height and should therefore give back to them if there's any profit as well. You guys are looking good tonight. I think our wardrobe is gaining some.
Our wardrobe is not malfunctioning.
You see, it's not
It's
malfunctioning.
actually functioning.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. You
Okay.
mean the both of you, right?
And
All
you
right.
too.
Thank you very much, Uncle
You've
Francis
been kind lately.
and Nana. Thank you very much for joining us on the white carpet. And thanks also to Chase for passing through earlier. And thank you for your messages. Unfortunately, I'm not able to read all of them. They still keep coming in. And David wants me to end the show. He doesn't want us to read your messages, so it's not my fault. I'll read them hopefully next week. But know that it wasn't me. It was David who did that. It was Shaggy. Yeah, more like it. Yeah. Okay. All right. So thanks for your time. Remember the White Carpet shows again tomorrow on Sunday at 9:30 here on Joy News and at 11 a.m. on Hits TV, and it will be on YouTube later on during the week. So if you miss it, you can catch it as always. I'm keeping my hat or heart, or whichever way you choose to call it. We'll see you when we see you. Good night.
All pirates, yes, they're by. Sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after 89 from the bottomless pit. But my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in
can stop the time. Won't you help to sing